What is up, everybody? I'm Courtney.
I'm Sean.
Sean is plugging up the heater because let him tell it he's freezing. Poor BB. But a lot to talk about.
It's cold in this mother.
There's a lot to talk about, peeps. Badlands Paranormal. What is this? 12. Badlands Paranormal 12. We live, baby. It don't matter if you 1 or 2 or 12.
12.
That was my gang signs. Kick me out of here. I'm knocking everything over. Why, Robert? Oh, I already know why. I know. She knew. She did it on purpose. She already knew. That's dumb. Number on the end of it. That's okay. We live, baby.
We live, baby.
Hope everybody's doing okay tonight. Wait for a few more people to tune in and we'll get to talking. I'm tired. Tired tonight.
Alright, boss.
So this weekend.
Weekend, baby.
I know. So we're doing good. We're doing good, Cody. We're doing good. We're gonna see you guys on Saturday. Just confirmed. Robin gave me a task and I failed. So it popped in my head.
We here, baby.
And I messaged her and I was like, was I supposed to do this? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, shit.
Do what?
Book this Saturday. So it is now officially booked. We will be joining Hill City After Dark. We'll be joining Badlands Paranormal this Saturday from the historic Appomattox Jail.
The Appomattox.
You don't get a say, Cody. You just keep sleeping. We got this.
That's a hard working man.
I'm trying to tell you. What's up, Robin? I know, Robert. I know. She knew. But in her defense, we did postpone our podcast for today because we had a meeting last night. So Michelle Wilfong with the haunted apartment.
And you wasn't
not at all good. Promote away. Yeah, I was not feeling good. Last couple days, guys, I just haven't been feeling very well.
She was on the toilet.
No, I was just blah. But yeah, Lois, did you get your package?
What's up,
Inquiring
Lois?
minds want to know.
Yeah, Lois. I was at the post office.
I feel like Lois though is gonna get hers on Friday. I feel like
fighting for my life.
I feel like
we live, baby. What's up, Michelle with the haunted apartment? If y'all don't already, go check her out on the YouTube.
Badlands, if you send me, what's up, Andrew?
What's up, Andrew?
Badlands, if you send me a couple promo pics, like your guys' logo, maybe some pics of like you and Robin, I can make a really dope reel for you guys. So yeah, I'll promote it. Let's get it.
We will promote.
Let's get it. But we have a lot of stuff to talk about. So I'm just going to dive right in. Okay. Friday morning, we got up. Nothing went right. Nothing.
One damn thing.
This was after I bragged that we had everything go wrong the first time we went to the DOS house. And then nothing went wrong the next time. So I'm like, oh, we're safe. Welcome to the DOS house. Anybody that's been to the DOS house prior to going, you will experience electronic disturbances, vehicle disturbances, and any other inconvenience to potentially stop you from going to the DOS house. Okay. This is very short-lived. Do not let that deter you guys. All right. Very short-lived. Something's effing with y'all. Keep trucking. All right. So in my instance, Friday morning, I'm bragging. Nothing's going to happen to me because it didn't happen last time. And my GPS did not work on any device I had. 30 minutes later, I was up and running and on the road. So yeah. And I just wanted to get an oil change. That's all I want to do on Friday. Just get an oil change and couldn't get that done either, but that's okay. Water under the bridge. We got there. We get out to DOS house immediately upon walking into the door. Disembodied voices, footsteps, knocking.
I hit my head.
Sean hit his head. Wild. It was just wild. So we kind of felt out the energy. And of course, I'm giving you guys a summarized version because we do not have all night to talk. But
we'll get into it a little bit more.
Badlands, we love you. But so we decided to go get some dinner. And I don't know what's going on or why I'm yawning right now, you guys. What is going on? I don't know.
Hi, baby.
Anyway, we decided to go get some dinner. And at dinner, poor Sean waited like an hour for a dozen wings.
Yeah, man.
Aw, thanks, Cody. Thanks. Appreciate it. But if you work on cars, call Sean, because
yeah, Cody, if you work on cars, holla at me. I got a garage and everything for you to come work in.
Like Sean is struggling to find
some side money. I got
some people to help him with his hot rods.
Listen, got you.
But so after dinner, Unique Paranormal 1.5, aka Shauna and Danielle, meet us. What's up, psychic medium Rhonda Harris? My love, how are you?
Shout out Rhonda Harris, by the way.
Yes, she is a member of FPRI. Super jealous. If she ever leaves, I'm going to snatch her. Dang. All right. Anywho, so we meet Unique Paranormal 1.5 at the Doss house. Again, from the jump. Just wild night. Those of you that were in our TikTok live, you got to experience some of it. Those of you that were not, you missed out. Okay. But we investigated to like maybe what, 3 in the morning? Something like that.
It was that late?
Maybe 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, it was pretty late. Yeah.
Something like that. It was pretty late. Then we went back home and we crashed out. We woke up the next morning and our buddy Chris with Supernatural Untold Stories says, yes.
Shout out, Chris.
So Cody, I'm gonna touch on this, okay, in a second. But Saturday morning we get up, Chris says, hey, a girlfriend of mine owns a haunted tattoo shop. I'm like, what?
Yeah, haunted tattoo shop?
A haunted tattoo shop. So this woman literally bid on a like 160-year-old church and won and made one of the rooms in the church a tattoo parlor, which she already had an established business. So she just moved it over. So
I'm strictly
what
against
do?
tattoos, y'all.
I go get tatted in a haunted tattoo shop. Why?
Yeah. I think that's the new one right there.
Because who doesn't have that on their bucket list?
And where's it at? You can't see it on here.
Where's your little ghosty?
I don't have a good way to show it.
Where's the ghosty? There's his ghosty. Wait. Where am I going? Right here.
Right there. It's a ghost with a cowboy hat.
You know why I can't point to it? Because of this.
I really can't bend that well.
Stop
to
it.
Show it.
Right. Wait, stop. Right there. All right. So,
And
Debbie Cushman, what's going on with Dinner with a Ghost? Michelle said, my late husband had a custom 53 Chevy pickup, had to sell it after he passed. Man, oh man. What's up, Chad Dalton? Shout out to Chad. He is our ufologist on our team, guys. If you haven't met Chad, very knowledgeable about all things that are up in the sky. Okay. The unknown that's up in the sky. All right. So with that being said, I get tatted in a haunted church. It was great. We ran out of time. We had to go fly over to the Cambria County Old Stone Jail to get some drone footage for some filming that we're doing at that location. And then we had to run, get winter gear. It was just chaotic weekend, guys, is my point. So then round 2, fast forwarding to Saturday night, we proceeded to go in and investigate the Cambria County Old Stone Jail. Again, I was live with you guys. Something drew me over to death row. Morbid? Maybe. I don't know. I had questions. So while everybody abandoned me, Robert Ebert was in our live and saw Sean run from me. Everybody abandoned me by myself in death row,
that is not what happened.
Which I was okay with.
I was filming.
So I proceeded to have really good communication with somebody on death row. It was not your infamous Smitty, for those that are about to put that in the comments. A lot of people were asking if I communicated with Smitty. I did not. The spirit that I was communicating with, I asked if he was on death row, obviously. And then I asked if he was Smitty. He answered a very clear, quick no. And then I asked if he knew Smitty. And he answered yes. I asked if he knew what happened to Smitty, and he answered yes. But when I cut the spirit box on to try to hear what happened to Smitty, and I'm going to tell you who Smitty is in a minute, that communication went cold. So, Amy Michelle Anderson, guys.
Hey, Amy.
Anybody who's looking for a custom tumbler, hit her up. Amy Michelle Mitchell. I don't know why I said Michelle, because I looked at Michelle Wilfong right above her. Amy Mitchell Anderson, right here. Okay.
Yes, you're up.
So to give you some brief history of the Cambria County Old Stone Jail, the original castle portion was built in 1872. They quickly ran out of room and had to build an addition in 1910. They housed both men and women there. And they did have a confirmed 11, supposed to be 12 public executions that were scheduled there, hangings. Okay. With that being said, supposed to be 12 falls to my man, Michael Smith, aka Smitty. Smitty was a town's constable. Okay. Smitty and his buddy enjoyed seasonal deer hunting together. And while out hunting one year, they both took the same shot at the same deer and got into an altercation over who shot the deer. All right. This altercation and this feud lasted many years. A couple years later, they ran into each other in the town tavern. Altercation picked back up. And Smitty went to arrest his friend and instead shot him dead. Okay. At this point, Smitty, the town constable, was charged with murder. He was put on death row at the Cambria County Old Stone Jail. He was tried and charged with murder and put on death row. Okay. He was scheduled to be executed. The night before his execution, he disappeared. They don't know what happened to him. There is 2 rumors that float around in this jail. Rumor number 1, he just simply walked out the front door. Supposedly had some dirt on the town mayor, got a deal, walked out the front door. Nobody saw this. Okay, now follow me with the story, guys. Nobody saw this. Okay, the Old Stone Jail is made of like 28 feet of limestone, thick. All right, death row inmates. What's up, John Sullivan with FPRI?
What's up, Sully?
And yes, Amy said she can make tumblers and cups personalized to everyone and any paranormal group if you guys are interested. With that being said, 28 feet thick of limestone walls, hence Old Stone Jail. Okay. Then an iron gate, then a wooden door. This was to enclose him in his cell. This door was closed when they went to go get him the next morning for his execution and locked, but there was no Smitty inside. He did not dig his way out. Impossible. Like I said, nobody saw him. Rumor has it he walked out the door. Second rumor was some guards went and got him in the middle of the night. He knew a little bit too much and offed him in the basement and buried him somewhere on the property. What's up, Michael Brooks? I haven't seen you comment, but I see John's commented, so I'm going to shout you out too. Michael Brooks with Fredericksburg Paranormal. Yes, Badlands, I'm glad you asked. Limestone has some significance in the paranormal world because it holds energy. Okay. If you guys were in my live about the stone tape theory, that is the number 1 infamous material that buildings, homes, things like that were made out of, that absorbed all of the energy and just kept replaying it on repeat. Okay. Limestone is a conduit for energy. So with that being said, I attempted to, everybody goes and jumps straight for the throat and tries to investigate Smitty. I did that. I wanted to know, is Smitty here? I don't think he's there. I'm going to be honest. I don't think he's there. I'm not discrediting anybody that's got any evidence of Smitty in the Old Stone Jail. Please note that, guys. Please note that. I am not discrediting. I'm just saying I did not get the feeling that Smitty is still there. I did not communicate with Smitty. That could be why that feeling is that way. I don't know. I don't know who's roaming around there. But the one thing I do know is when I was unattended in death row, I asked spirits to make a loud bang to let me know where they were at. I got exactly what I asked for when cell doors started slamming. Not once, not twice, but 3 separate occasions, very loudly, as though somebody was opening and slamming those iron gates. I was not startled. I was more intrigued. I wanted to know where they were coming from. I also very clearly, with my own two eyes, saw not one, but two prominent shadow figures from the second floor leaning over, almost like looking at me down. Like, what is she doing down there? One was white, one was a dark shadow figure. Significance of color? Got any thoughts?
I really don't know. There's a lot of theories on color when it comes to shadow figures. I think it has to do with just how they can manifest and the energy behind how they manifest. Some people say color means some things. I've seen dark shadow figures and have felt peace. So I don't think that dark means evil. A lot of people associate black with evil. However, I know me being black, I'm evil, y'all. But
I'm just kidding.
But some
You did dub yourself everybody's favorite shadow figure on live.
Yes, I am. Everybody's favorite shadow figure. But some cultures believe that black is actually good. So it to me personally, again, everybody has different experiences and beliefs. I'm not discrediting anybody when I say this, and it's sad I got to put this disclaimer out there. But investigators are real sensitive. I thought the music world musicians were, or I shouldn't call them females. I love females. If y'all watch me on TikTok, I uplift women all the time. But so please forgive me for that lack of a better term. But I feel like people are very sensitive. So I'm trying to be politically correct, I guess. I'm not discrediting anybody's
Evidence.
And how they felt. All I'm saying is I don't believe that everything that manifests dark in color is evil or
I feel that.
bad.
I feel that. I think you definitely need to trust your gut. Okay. If you walk into a room and you see 10 dark shadow figures and you feel like you could go to sleep, chances are it's probably not evil. But if you go in, your gut's telling you, oh, I don't feel good. Like I need to get out of here. Something's not right. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. Believe it or not, I was not scared on death row. I was by myself and I did a solo in Smitty's cell. That cell was very empty feeling, to be honest with you. Now, with that being said, guys, after that, and just to wrap up our weekend, after that, we headed back in a snowstorm, like dummies. Okay, we're just dumb. Back to the haunted church so that Sean could get tattooed and Chris could get tattooed. What's up, Sam from Wyoming? So we got into the church with a few snowflakes falling and exited with like 5 inches of snow on the ground. It was very interesting. Crescent Summit is no joke in Pennsylvania when it's snowing, guys.
No, it's not.
No joke.
It was bad.
Whiteout conditions, 25 miles per hour.
Fog.
40-minute drive took us almost an hour and a half to 2 hours to get back.
Falling asleep.
It was pretty bad. And we didn't leave the tattoo shop till like 5 a.m.
It was in a haunted church.
It was wild.
Seeing shadow figures while getting tattooed.
I was going to say, I heard disembodied voices multiple times, look towards the door, almost like, what's going on? Oh, it's 60 degrees here too. We were up in Pennsylvania this past weekend. Up there, they got hammered. Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Massachusetts, all them are sitting under like a foot or two of snow. But you know, the snow is different in Pennsylvania. I will say that, guys. It was not like the snow here.
Their snow was the snow I remembered as a kid.
Like it was very fluffy, powdery, not slippery. It was very weird. So, with that being said, I want to go back to.
I want to go back to the jail.
The jail.
We'll get to the Well, actually, I'm gonna go back to the Doss house.
Okay.
Cody said he saw me get touched on
Yeah.
camera. Yes, that was
something grabbed your booty.
The Doss house. If you haven't been to the Doss house and you're an investigator, you're missing out. I get it. I understand. As an investigator, you get on YouTube and you see all the big places, all the cool, popular places, the bucket list that everybody goes to. I feel like the Doss house does not get the credit. And I have no real affiliation with the Doss house other than Unique Paranormal, or two great women, again, who are great leaders in this paranormal field that we're in. They are two. What's up, Freaking Awesome Paranormal Show? I believe that's Ryan. Shout out Ryan Jones.
Smell good. What's up, Ryan?
But if y'all like our show, we give them credit. They're the reasons why. Miss Rhonda, especially Ryan, those two been big inspirations for us as to our show while we did our show.
And their show airs Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys. Freaking awesome paranormal show on the Riff Nation Network.
But two strong women in the paranormal field. I really have no other affiliation other than that. So I have no reason to promote the location. If y'all noticed, I don't promote many locations that I go to.
Yep.
Just for the simple fact, if it doesn't show me real activity, then I don't really talk about it. But the Doll's House is my third time, I believe, going. And all three times has given me great activity. Some people say that it's given them nothing and it hasn't done anything. I also believe energy is everything. The energy you bring to the table.
I think what you put into it.
So I will say that this time going in there, all three times I've been, it's been three different things that have occurred. I'm not sure what's being brought in there. I'm not sure if it's awakening new chapters of things. Some people say it's a portal there. Another very overused word in our field. However, when I was in there, the EMF is really high in there. I will say that. And I believe that's due to bad wiring in the place. I've spoke with the owners about this, and they are actually very opening to doing some real investigating there, cutting all the power to the location and finding out the truth about what's going on there. However, I think due to their high EMF in there is the reason why they're having so much activity. So when it comes to equipment, I discredit a lot of that. I go basically on EVPs and what I feel when I'm in there, minus the high EMF feeling, being touched in there. I was walking from one room to the next, which the two rooms
yes,
is where
John,
a
yes.
lot of the paranormal. What's up, Mr. Cushman? Shout out Dinner with a Ghost. But the two rooms that have the most claims of paranormal activity, I was walking from the dining room to the living room, and I literally felt something just reach out and grab my back. And I was like, the hell was that? I'm not gonna lie, I might have scooted a few feet real fast.
Scooted.
But
got busted.
Better quit. Yeah. So, I was like,
what's up, Tammy?
What's up, Tammy? How you doing? And I was like, man, that touch was a little bit different than most. It was almost feeling like a full hand grab on my back.
Something cupped his booty cheeks.
I went to the basement and I was on Unique Paranormals live at that point. She handed me her phone.
We took turns. We shared, guys, because that's what we do. We share.
Yeah, we share. So
we learned that in kindergarten.
I will say, despite everybody's claims of what they feel in the basement, I'm not sure if it's because of protection I may have, my rituals that I do, which is prayer and cleansing, even using our products that we have. I don't know.
All right, Amy, have a good night.
It could be a multitude of things. Why I don't get the same feelings everybody else get in the basement. I feel nothing in the basement. And I even did what everybody on YouTube does. I went to the dark room, went lights out, all the cool stuff you want to see on TV, and I didn't get much in the basement. All the activity I ever get is in that dining room. There's definitely some things on that stairwell in the dining room. Chris from Supernatural and Told Stories actually went into the crawl space of the house and got a lot of activity.
We saw on his live a shadow figure, guys. Everybody saw it.
Yeah.
So that was pretty dope. But
I have no clue what happened in there, what's going on with that crawl space.
The living room is always the most active for me at DOS. There's always something. You don't ever feel alone in the living room at DOS, which is like really weird because that would have been like a safe space, right? But there's like this creepy like closet hallway thing in the living room. And without fail, I always feel like I'm being watched from that. But after Sean got his behind grabbed, something came up and poked my behind. So whatever was at the DOS house was liking butts. Okay.
Yeah. I skedaddled.
I jumped, not gonna lie, really because quick. It was like it was kind of a weird.
You don't expect it.
Yeah, it was like a weird feeling.
It happens when you're talking and you're not expecting and something just grabs you. It's like, what the hell was that?
Yeah, so we stuck Chris up in the crawl space. Everybody on our TikTok live asked for Chris, which that was a good choice, being that was his first time at DOS. I thought that was a good choice. While he was up there, he got a lot of spirit box activity. He got the shadow figure. I think we had a doll move on us at DOS that night.
Your doll moved like several inches.
Yeah. So there definitely was some stuff going on at DOS for sure. But I was not surprised. This is our fourth time
This is
doing
our
DOS.
third or fourth time at DOS. Every time has been great activity for us. I can't complain. And those of y'all who haven't booked at the DOS house yet, it's only like what, $3 or $3.50?
It's $3.50, guys. And if you mention On the Other Side podcast when booking the DOS house, you get $50 off your investigation. Okay.
Yeah, or
so
Hill City Paranormal.
Yep. If you mention us at all,
any capacity, Sean and Courtney, Hill City Paranormal,
On the Other Side,
Hill City After Dark.
Yep. Any of that.
All of that.
$50 off your investigation. Guys, they allow you to investigate for 15 hours. You hear me? It's like check in at 7 and check out at like noon the next day.
And you can sleep there. And they had heat there, except in the basement. If you go in the basement, it's cold as hell.
So there is a bed upstairs. There is a sofa in the living room. And there's ample room for cots, sleeping bags, whatever you guys want.
Running water.
Bathroom.
Clean bathroom.
Coffee. Fridge. Snacks. Energy drinks.
There's no reason why you can't sleep there or go there.
Yeah.
Definitely activity there.
For sure.
If you can survive it. Now, a lot of teams have gotten run out of there. There's a lot of teams who are there for an hour and leave.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Robert reminded me, my doll spazzed out in the crawl space, like spazzed all the way out.
Yeah. It spazzed out on the steps.
To the point where Chris was like, do away with the doll. So I took the doll, changed the batteries just in case, and we didn't investigate with the doll anymore. But that was the most activity that I've gotten off of that doll, both REM and EMF activity on the stairs. The EMF in the house is high, guys, but it sat for almost a solid hour without going off at all. So that kind of intrigued me. And then the REM piece of the doll was going off. So that was also intriguing. So fast forwarding over to Saturday night, we head over to the Cambria County Old Stone Jail. God, there's so much to talk about there. Like I said, I had cell doors slamming or what appeared to sound like a iron gate of some sort slamming.
Footsteps.
I did hear disembodied voices in death row, to the point where I said hello because I thought somebody was up there with me. And then I heard like a full-blown conversation in another cell, like in the newer part by the bullpen, walking all the way to the right on the last cell on the left. But when I went over there, that stopped. So that was definitely interesting there. Tell everybody exactly what happened to you because I have the live upstairs. I did attempt for those that popped into our TikTok live, guys. I did attempt to take you down to kind of see what was going on with Sean. But right when I got to the steps of the basement, which was the former mess hall and shower area combination, right when I got maybe 10 feet past the steps, I started losing signal. So I just kind of stopped.
So I was down there with Unique Paranormal and Natural Untold Stories. And we began to have a conversation with a female. Females were housed upstairs. We walked into the shower room and the floor began to crack. And that's when I discovered there was a massive hole underneath that had been covered over time with concrete. And we began to try to solve a mystery that possibly happened. In my opinion, those female inmates that were housed there were used for something by the mayor to generate income in the jail.
Prostitution.
I strongly believe that. There's tunnels all under the city and under the jail. And that's my 2 and 2. Or the theory of Smitty being carried out of his cell the night before. That might be where his body rests. I don't know which one it is without digging more. Then we went to the boiler room. Unique Paranormal showed me the boiler room.
Which is creepy as hell, guys. I'm not going to lie.
It's real creepy back there. Once they showed me the boiler room, we proceeded to walk out, and I heard a loud bang in there, as if somebody picked up a rock and threw it against the wall really hard. And then we all stopped and said, "What was that?" I have this on camera, by the way. I'll be presenting that evidence on TikTok. We all stopped, looked at each other, said hello, and it did it again. That's when Sean didn't bring his flashlight because I was just, I don't know why I was.
Because
Maybe
we're the
I was
only
excited.
paranormal investigators that go somewhere with no flashlights.
I decided to walk
I
by
had
that back
mine,
there in the
though.
dark, and that's when Danielle from Unique Paranormal pulled out her phone, and we discovered a whole nother room, and we decided to investigate back there. We were hearing an EVP of someone walking with a limp. It was step drag, step drag, step drag. That's when I found out that Smitty was a peg leg. He had one leg. And I
A
was like,
peg leg is wild.
interesting. So we're proceeding to do it. We're hearing footsteps. We're hearing stuff move around us. And all of a sudden, Chris from Supernatural Untold Stories
windmills everybody in the group,
swinging his arms around and like, "Yo, what the hell was that?" He gets grabbed.
Well, no, he said that he felt the actual fingers go up his back and grab his shirt.
Right. He sends me the footage of that, and you can see a mist right there prior to him getting grabbed. Now, we could chop it up as it was our breath because it was cold in the jail. However,
freezing.
On all the other footage we were watching, you could not see our breath while we were talking, while we were breathing, while we were doing EVPs, none of that. All of a sudden, this mist just appears right before he gets grabbed. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Again, we didn't pull out much equipment. We didn't operate with much equipment at all this weekend. Mainly EVPs and whatever I have on my footage, I will review that. I haven't done it yet. I've just been extremely tired. I'm still extremely tired. High activity for some reason drains me. Could that be from paranormal? Absolutely.
Terror hangovers are real, guys.
But we did a lot of investigating. And I will say the Cambria County Jail is another one that is worth looking into booking if you're a paranormal team or investigator.
Hands down.
The amount of energy that's still in that building is ridiculous.
Yeah. And you feel it. Like the thing is like, so when you first walk in, I'm gonna give you guys a visual, okay? So follow me. You walk in the side door and you walk into the like main office entrance area, okay? Real cozy. It is that area is heated, haunted. It's probably haunted too. It's heated. That's where the desk is. That's where you're greeted by, your tour guide or whatever. Well, there's a couple things I want to say about this, okay? You're greeted by your tour guide. You're greeted by the owner. Then you go into a side room, which is going to eventually be their gift shop. That's also heated. Okay. They also have a whole room dedicated to paranormal investigators that does have a heater in it. However, this night with the snow, with all the weather that's been going on, it just took a really long time to heat up. So we kind of occupied the gift shop. Okay. But backing it on up, I want to tell you guys a tour guide at the jail doesn't stay with you while you're investigating. And that was a really big green flag for me because a lot of the time, you don't know what their energy is. They may not want to be there. They may be tired. They may just not want to be there, but they have to be there type deal. And so that could actually like F up your investigation, right? So I like the fact that she went with us. She gave us some history. We interviewed the owner. We interviewed her. And then she kind of rolled on. To be honest with you, during the tour, she got scared and had to leave. Something was affecting her and she took a break and did not come back. I did see her. She did join me in death row and she was a witness to the slamming of the cell doors, which was kind of cool. But she more so just came in just to check on us, despite the fact that something had affected her physically and emotionally. So I thought that was definitely pretty commendable. But for the most part, they let you do your own thing. You're not hovered over. A lot of the larger locations like that, you're kind of hovered over and you feel like you can't really get out what you need to get out, right? So they do, I believe, offer overnights, but hit them up. I believe it's oldstonejail.com. That was their
Cambria
website.
County.
I think it's
I know they're pushing that Cambria County.
Yeah, I think it's Old
There are
Stone
several
Jail.
Old Stone Jail.
Let me see.
Either way,
Goldstone
the jail
jail.
was very active, in my opinion. And again, I'm not going by REM pods and electronics. I'm going by EVPs and physical activity. Again, I heard the jail doors close myself. Even while filming, I felt the whole time they were watching me while I was filming. The feeling of being watched, and we can chop that up to nerves. We can chop it up to being in an old jail. But we appreciate you tuning in, Robert. Thank you for watching.
Night, Robert. So it is. It's old-stone-jail.com if you want to book your investigation there, okay? So basically they've got several different tours. They've got prison guard tours, they've got historical tours, they've got paranormal guided tours, and then they have private paranormal investigations, okay? It is a minimum of 2 people due to safety reasons. And then they actually do a per ticket, which isn't very terrible if you really want my honest to God. Um, so I'm trying to see here how many hours they allow you to do it, but it looks like Friday and Saturday prices are like anywhere from um like right around like 100, something like that. Um so you can arrive like 30 minutes prior, and then you have 8 hours from your scheduled start time. Regardless of the time your whole group arrives, the investigation begins at the booking scheduled time. Um, but additional individuals are welcomed, obviously, for additional pricing. They do accept teenagers under the age of 18 as long as they're accompanied by a parent or guardian. They do not allow under 14 years old, guys. So for a group of 10 individuals or more, you can have an exclusive access for your team's use. Smaller groups might be combined with other groups, so just keep that in mind too, and stuff like that. But you're given a short orientation, and then you go. Okay, you go. Hey, Courtney, for us smaller teams, where would you recommend finding affordable equipment? Glad you asked, Badlands. Uh, we have curated in our bio on our Facebook page a list of several categories of equipment that we feel is most frequently used and has been tested by us personally. I've taken a lot of time, almost over a year, to curate these lists. So I've got some for budget friendly, mid, and then when you're ready to become the professional, right? That's going to be like your 150 and up. But everything on the starting out list is 50 or under. Mid is like 50 to 150. And then the third list I have is for 150 and over. I also have on there must need apparel, shoes, fun apparel too, because like there was a really cute shirt on there that says "Girls Hunt Ghosts too." I thought that was adorable. Um, Ball caps, things like that. So like ghost hunting merchandise, so to speak. But I also have all of our heated gear on there because I've been asked a lot lately where to find winter gear for ghost hunting. Um, I know it's expensive, guys. I do, but I 1000% wrote Santa a thank you letter for my heated vest this past weekend. I did not get cold. 10 degrees inside of a jail and I was not cold. Um, but I also have some good paranormal reads too. And I want to take a moment and I want to shout out because John Sullivan, are you still in here, sir? Sir, where are you at? One of our own here at FBRI, not one of our own, but one of our followers, a good friend of ours, John Sullivan, and his lovely missus have just released their latest book. So you can find it on Amazon. He's been posting it on his page. Definitely head on over there, and it is in our Amazon storefront as well. So if you guys are interested in supporting a local team and stuff like that, definitely head over there. We also have a book on there from 2 of our other favorite people, including Kristen Ellis with the Fairy Plantation and
The
ah,
rest of the stories. Got her name.
I cannot. I just blanked, like full on blank. It'll come to me in like 5 minutes. But anyway, Goodreads, and things like that. So definitely head on over to our Amazon storefront. Like I said, links in our bio. It's also on our bio on our TikTok. Might not be in our bio on our TikTok anymore. I might have just lied to you guys, but I know for a fact it's in our bio on our Facebook page. So, with that being said, in conclusion, guys, I think there are certain locations that you don't need a whole lot of equipment for. Both locations, Cambria County Old Stone Jail and the Doss House this past weekend, I do not feel like we needed a whole lot of equipment. Both of those locations I would consider to be a sit down and listen location. A lot of the time we run into locations and we're really quick to set up every piece of equipment that we brought with us and start asking your infamous, are there any spirits here that want to talk to us, right? But I don't think it's a bad idea to kind of walk in and read the room, so to speak.
Let the building talk to you.
You know, if you sit down in silence in Doss House on the sofa, or you just sit down and you're having a conversation with somebody in the Doss House, living room, dining room, it doesn't matter. That house will talk to you. That house wants to be communicated with.
So
So
the house was built in 1810.
So it will get your attention one way or another, whether it's knocking something off the stairs, not, stepping around. What I like to do in DOS is a mixture of both. I like to go in, set up all my equipment, then come down and sit and talk, not to the spirits, but to the team that I'm investigating with or the people I'm investigating with. Because then at that point, you're going to hear your equipment going off, wherever in the house, wherever you set it up. Did you get a whole lot of EVPs at DOS this weekend?
I did. When Chris was in the crawl space, we got genuine back and forth conversation on EVP, like response. If you were in Chris's live when he was live, you would hear that we got genuine yes, no answers. A lot of EVPs in there. Again, the Doll's House. I watch people's content briefly. I can't watch it for so long because some of it gets ridiculous when I see content. I would say the spirit talker that I see people using it, and we use it too at times, but we never,
in conjunction with something else.
We never use spirit talk and present it as evidence. But every time I've seen spirit talker use, the word demon comes up every single time. Most phone apps, I don't know if they have the word programmed in it to say that or what, but when it says that, now every location is being deemed a demon location. And I've investigated the Doll's House now 3 or 4 times and have never felt the presence of evil in there. Never once. As a matter of fact, any location that I've been in. And it's funny that these very locations I'll go look up, on YouTube or TikTok, and I see teams going in behind me, and all of a sudden it's a demon location because Spirit Talker told you that. The Doll's House, I haven't even gotten any evil or dark or spirits that didn't want us there. It's always been
what's up, Tyler?
My man Tyler, the haunted photographer.
That's right. Guys, any photography needs,
hit him up.
Hit my man Tyler up right here.
That's the man. I want to be like Tyler when I grow up.
Oh, Lord. Kyle Benoit.
Oh, that's the man right there.
He said, no way, this is the same Sean and Court from 10 years ago.
Kyle?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You don't
what?
You, Kyle. Are
you serious right now?
Who is he?
He's a friend of yours. Like what?
Hey, Blue Rope Gang. Only a few know what that means. But yeah, what I was saying is it's different things that people present as evidence that I just can't roll with, man. I can't go with the spirit talker demon everywhere we go. Yeah, do demons exist? Sure, I believe that. Are they sitting in locations waiting on paranormal investigators to come in there and just so can say it on your spirit talker app? I don't believe that.
I do.
I have a hard time being convinced that that's what's going on.
I can't even lie with a straight face, guys.
Like, we got to stop that in this field, y'all. If you're an investigator, please don't take every word you see on your Obelisk or your Spirit Talker app as evidence.
I've only gotten
use it as a guide.
One intelligent response on that overpriced Obelisk in the 6 years that we've owned one, guys. One. And I really am chalking it up at this point to coincidence.
I mean, we've gotten some interesting stuff on apps. Don't get me wrong, and stuff that has corresponded with what we're doing. However, we have to take it with a grain of salt as well. Like, we can't sit here and say that everything that comes across that app. I mean, how many times have we all gotten, I am 300 years old? I'm like, man, really? What if it's not lying to us, though? What if everything on that app is legit saying that?
It might be.
What if I'm wrong?
What if
Which
we're all wrong?
I could be. I could be wrong.
There's tons of places I'd love to check with y'all around Fredericksburg and Spotsylvania. Kyle, I bet you our buddies Fredericksburg Paranormal have been to every one of those spots, but that doesn't mean we won't go.
Kyle, do you still have the Mustang?
We won't go.
Courtney forgot who you are. I remember though.
What?
Kyle's the dude with the yellow Mustang.
I know. Why are you putting me under the bus like this? It's your friend.
Yeah, but what if I am wrong though? Let's say that there is a demon at every place. Then, in my opinion,
he Mustanged it around a pole.
No.
Well, at least you're here.
Yeah, glad you're here, brother. Yeah, if we're wrong, let's say if there is a demon in every location we go to, that means the Bible's completely wrong because a demon's is not doing his job according to the Bible.
Look, guys, and I cannot talk enough about spiritual protection while you're out either. Guys, it is so important to close that gap when you leave a location. It is so, so, so important because we definitely took an 8-hour trip home with a hitchhiker again this weekend. This will be our second hitchhiker that we've gotten. We very quickly, like 5 minutes flat, rid our home of this said hitchhiker. But
I think.
He shut up. He shut up. He or she, whatever it was. But we got home the night we got home. And Sean's deer antlers that have been hung up for 2 years now flew across the room while we were sitting on the sofa.
So whatever it is, I don't think it's attached to us. I think it's attaching to things that we have. Yeah. It can't be us because I don't feel anything. But
Sean cussed it out.
I did cuss it out.
Cussed it.
I was grumpy,
out.
y'all.
He was grumpy because what should have taken us 5 hours to get home took us almost 8 to get home. Again, we drove home in a blizzard. We're idiots.
Cuss it out.
And Sean literally rebuked whatever was in our home within 5 minutes flat. Told it to get the F out. It was not effing welcome and was not ever to effing come back. Okay. I was like ready to go to timeout when Sean got done. I felt like I was about to cry.
I stood up, y'all.
So I was like, oh God, am I in trouble? Like, what did I do? I just want to eat my food, right?
When I'm tired, don't mess with me, man.
I insist on smudging at least monthly. I felt guests attached to the earth still stuck to my boots. That is definitely a podcast topic for another Tuesday. Normally we're live on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. guys. Again,
that is a good topic.
I was not feeling good yesterday and we had a meeting. So that was the
my
most
grandmother spoke of that actually.
Well, listen, the reason I want to talk about that topic is because there is a rumor that says if you walk amongst the graveyard, the spirits will attach to your shoes. There's actually a graveyard in New Orleans, and I can talk about this and we can have a whole podcast about it. But upon exiting the cemetery, there's actually a sign with a brush hanging on a chain. And it says this brush is to clean off your shoes so you can wipe away the spirits and leave them in the cemetery before you leave. And so you brush your shoes off with this said brush, and then you exit the cemetery and there. In New Orleans, that is the most spiritual place around. We were told if you stepped on a grave, they follow you home. Well, Lord, I must have a whole house full of shit.
We got a party over here. What's up, y'all?
I'm trying to tell y'all. I do apologize when I step on graves, because a lot of the time, a lot of the older historical cemeteries that we go to, like, you can't see properly. They're not really maintained. And so if I ever I try 1A not to step on a grave.
You
Like,
ran over one in your car one time.
I shut up. No, I did not. Why would you say things like that about me?
Camera real quick.
I may or may not have backed over a grave.
Destruction.
It did not destroy it. I got out.
But Kyle brought up a point, and I only ever heard one other person talk about this. He said he insists on smudging at least monthly. I felt guests attached to the earth, still stuck on my boots. So, Kyle, you know, we've been in very
Probably
similar situations, you know, and Kyle and I used to have deep. I don't even know if you remember, Kyle, but back in
this is like the third time you said that.
What?
Go ahead.
But back in the day when I used to be just a store clerk, God, that was what?
I don't remember you working in a store, Sean. I used to work in a store.
We weren't talking about you. We're talking about Kyle. What are you talking
You
about?
literally
I guarantee you.
Oh, you said, I don't know if you remember this. You're talking to Kyle. Okay, I'm like,
Most of
what?
the people in here in this chat have no idea I used to be a store clerk.
We used to work at a convenience store, Wilco, yeah.
Wilco, yeah.
And everybody used to hang out at Snappy Lube.
Back in my poor days when I was just cruising Wards Road in Lynchburg in my truck, right? Courtney said,
Lord, look, Sean, look how long we've been together right there.
Kyle knew me when I met you, right? So yeah, Kyle, exactly.
Should have warned me then.
Wilco days. You know?
Just kidding.
We had these deep conversations, Kyle, and I don't even know if you remember these conversations, but my grandma brought up something. She said, you know, when you're out here and you're passing by people, some of that energy can rub off on you.
Yep.
And and I never thought about it this way. We never know what kind of energy we're walking through. We never know what was on the ground we walked on prior to that. So when you said that, that kind of resonated with me a little bit. That's why we started creating our brand to Tuba's Ash with our products to help other people besides us. And you know, to be honest with you, before we leave every location, every one of them, that's right, burning sage is one of them. But before we leave every location,
and our black salt actually has sage in it, guys.
Our black salt has sage in it,
and we keep them to go on the go. They're convenient for on the go purposes. You can attach this to your keychain anywhere you go. You can create protection wherever you go, guys. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that.
But we have lavender, rosemary, all that in there.
Lavender roll-ons, total peace oil. I've also got protection packs.
So, you know, my ritual, and I'll talk about it now because we still get things that follow us, but I can feel a layer of protection. My ritual before every investigation, and whether you believe in what we do or not, some people think what we do is a bunch of BS. There's no such thing as it. Those are the very people who would never step foot in any of the locations that we've ever walked in. But my whole ritual is I say a prayer. I pray to that man right up there. I say a prayer and I take in a hot shower because my belief is that the cleanliness is the closest thing to godliness. So as I'm cleaning, I'm praying. And when I step out, we go to our location. I usually pray on the way to the location at some point. I pray before I investigate. I try to stay protected the entire time. I carry silver on me as well. Those of you military guys in here know what that's all about.
He's trying to ward off vampires.
Especially the Navy guys. Also, I've now added an extra layer of protection with rosemary oils, with lavender, with black salt, different stuff like that. You guys got to stay protected. Even those of you who are actively investigating. Some people think it's a joke. Some people think it's fun what we do. I try to explain to people we have no clue who or what we're dealing with. Just because we get an EVP that says we're talking to Joe or Jane doesn't mean that's exactly who we're talking to. Walker Morgan, White. So Kyle has every clue of what I'm talking about then.
And I also make Florida water, guys. All 100% natural Florida water for those of you that are also into the protection, I do have rose water and Florida water. But
I'd love to catch up with you again.
here's the craziest thing about these keychains, guys, that I want to say. Okay. Even though we sit here and we stay protected, and I carry one on my own keychain, and I go into the location with said keychain, there's always something there that's trying to stop you from being protected. Okay. So we did Doss House, everything was good. Went to the haunted church, everything was good. Got to the jail, reached in my pocket, there was no black salt on my keys. It actually broke off of the keychain. But the crazy thing is I sat here trying to figure out how it got off the keychain, and I couldn't figure it out. It took me like till the next day before I found the jar of black salt, and it was just sitting right in my console. But I had it when I walked in. So how did it get there? I don't know. But there will always be something that tries to stop you. So you also have to create, like Sean said, an inner layer of protection as well. You can get Florida water, smudge sticks, Palo Santo, which I do also sell Palo Santo sticks and selenite. I call them the protection packs, and things like that. But you also have to create an inner layer of protection as well.
And what's up, Matthew, by the way?
If you,
Matt Howard.
What's up, Matt?
Amazing musician.
If you don't, spirits will only go as far as you allow them to go. That's what I'm trying to say. I really, truly believe that. They're only going to go as far as you allow them to go, unless they walk up behind you and grab your butt. And you don't have control over this. But that is the third time, I think, in 15 years I've been touched. The first time was at the Savannah Theater. Second time I had my hair pulled in a Mexican restaurant. That sounds terrible.
We were investigating.
We were investigating the Mexican restaurant.
They 100-year-old building.
Yeah.
Actually, 160-year-old building.
We're having some strange things. They called us in. I like cheese dip. I went. So that was definitely interesting too. That was one of the best EVPs that we ever got.
Yeah.
Was at that location. I was playing Marco Polo. So, and then the Doss House. I don't get touched very often. Well, I guess I can include Rainworth as 4 because something tried to jerk the dowsing rods out of my hand. But I was not physically touched. My body was not physically touched. So you just have to have that inner layer of protection, guys, in order to just complete the circle, so to speak. So outwardly and innerly need to coincide. And,
Innerly,
yeah, that's my word of the day. Innerly. Yeah. I make up a word of the day every podcast. That's my word of the day.
That's funny. Kyle said he keeps the 1918 walking morgan. You know what the significance behind that is?
Is that a coin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silver. I believe it's 90% silver.
Wasn't Kyle the one that said you were making charcoal?
Kyle is the only person to guess what I was making when I was making charcoal. Nobody else knew what the hell I was doing.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's why we connect.
But we're getting ready to wrap it up, guys. We will be live next Tuesday.
We live, baby.
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube, Facebook. If you guys are interested in any of our spiritual protection stuff, no, I'm not trying to sell it to you guys. I'm just trying to make sure everybody's good. www.hillcityafterdark.com. Bam. You can also follow us on TikTok at Hill City Ghosts.
Yes.
And if you have any questions or you just want to connect, send us a private message. Like, we're not a-holes.
Yeah. You got any questions, hit us up. I'm glad to see all y'all stop in. Kyle, was great to reconnect. My memories go back with Kyle. We used to sit while I was working, talk about cars and our time in the guard.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I love it. Do you feel old now?
I do feel old.
Baby.
I feel old.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you for everybody who stuck with us tonight. I know it was an off night. It was great to see everybody. I got a live I got to go hop on over and support. And until next Tuesday, guys, I'm Courtney.
I'm Sean.
And we'll see you on the other side.